Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Frida and I am a salon owner and hairstylist in Charlotte, North Carolina. So today I'm going to take you along for my Friday, and it is a full blonding day. So the first client that I have is a super blonde full foil. She typically takes about 3.5 hours, and then right after her I have a balayage. We kind of do like a foliage type of situation, and then the client after that, she's been kind of balayage for a while and wants to go back super blonde. So we're gonna do a partial foil but a super heavy one. So super excited. It's just a day full of blondes and a bunch of different looks for the day. So I hope you guys enjoy today's video, and let's just go ahead and get started. So for the first client, we are starting off by doing a super icy blonde full foil on her, and I actually did film a tutorial. It's a little bit more in depth than this little vlog style video, and I filmed it at the same time as this one, so it's the exact same scenario, except I'm just walking you through, you know, my tips and tricks for like a super icy blonde. So if you guys are interested on that tutorial, I will link it down in the bio if you guys are interested, or in the description. And so yeah, today we are going to be doing a super heavy full foil on her, and I'm just starting off around her hairline. I like to use Goldwell Oxycure starting off on the bottom half of my full foils, just because that lifts a lot slower, and I start that with 10 volume, and then eventually I work my way up with the Schwarzkopf Igora Vario Blonde Plus with 20 volume. So you guys can see right here, I'm just doing really fine baby lights back to back with minimal hair in between. So I like to do really fine highlights or baby lights just because I feel like it gives the most even coverage. And then also just to make sure that it grows out a lot less harsh than if you were to do chunkier highlights. So that is what we are doing today, and I'm just going to be putting a bunch on the back of her head. You guys can see I start with the hairline, doing horizontal sections, and then a couple of vertical ones, just to ensure that it's the brightest around her hairline when she pulls her hair up. So you guys will see on the back of the head, wherever it is a lot wider, I like to kind of ping pong back and forth and just kind of stack foils diagonally, horizontally, vertically, whichever way is going to give me the most coverage. I feel like whenever you just do a straight section horizontally on the back of the head, you end up not getting the full coverage because there's no way that a foil could cover that entire back section. So I just kind of feel it out depending on the client's hairline, depending on the client's head shape and everything like that. It's customized for every client, so just make sure that you are doing that and not using kind of like a one size fits all method, because truly every single client is going to be different with their head shapes, their hair texture, and everything like that. So as you guys can see, there's a million foils in here, and I did end up tipping out a couple of her ends just where I felt like they haven't been refreshed in a super long time and they just needed to be lifted a little bit. So I did use 10 volume, but then I put shampoo in it to kind of dilute it a little bit, so that way we're not causing any damage. So that is a finished look right there. And if you guys want like the toner formula and everything, that is in my detailed video on how to get this icy blonde with the full foil. So that is client number one all finished up. By the way, I'm sorry if you guys hear my dog in the background. He's a puppy, so he's just playing with a bunch of toys back here. So moving on to the second client of the day, what we're going to do is we are going to do a pretty heavy foliage on her. She likes more of a rooted bright blonde. So what I like to do is kind of do like a full foil, but with a little bit more dimension, if that makes sense. So on some of the foils, I like to take the full saturation in the middle of the foil and then kind of feather my way up. Some of them I tease out the little baby lights, and then some of them I go all the way up to the root, just to kind of give that more diffused look whenever her hair does grow out. But I also shadow root her at the shampoo bowl anyway, so it's for the extra amount of blend as well. So now you guys will see I'm just working on her mohawk section, and I'd like to do pretty heavy foils up there just to give her like the most amount of brightness up there, because that's where she obviously parts her hair and she's going to see the most blonde. And then kind of the foils that are underneath her hair, underneath the mohawk section, that's going to be a little bit more rooted and a little bit more dimensional. That way you can see those pops of dark and really make that kind of blonde section pop up there. So you guys will see right here now that I finished doing her color and I blew her out. We also did a haircut too. I forgot to mention that part, but you guys will see I'm just curling her hair, and I'm using my favorite curling iron. This is from Jay-Z Styles. It's the 1-inch rose gold. It has a long barrel, so it's perfect for people with longer hair types. I love this curling iron for myself and then my clients who have longer hair. I mean, you can use it on shorter hair types, but it's just like super convenient for people who have longer hair. I feel like I'm constantly struggling with that because my hair is longer. But anyways, you guys will see after this clip her after. It is absolutely stunning. So this is the after. Now that we finished curling her hair, you guys can see just how gorgeous it is. It is so bright and so blonde. It's not too ashy, but it's not too warm either. It's just that perfect rooted blonde, but still bright. We love to see it. Here is the front view, so you guys can see right there the blend on her root. And then we kept that money piece out whenever we were doing that shadow root, just to keep it nice and blonde up there as well. So now for my last client, like I said in the intro, we are going to transform her balayage to a super blonde partial foil. So she wanted to kind of ease into it. Although we're getting her super duper blonde today, she just didn't want to do a full. So as you guys can see, I'm just doing a really heavy baby light all over the top half of her hair. If you guys are looking to go super blonde, you don't always have to have a full foil. You can always do a super heavy partial foil. I always recommend people to alternate, either doing one partial and one full, or doing two partials and then a full. I don't think a full is always necessary. So you guys will see right here, I'm just stacking those foils in, of course, using the Goldwell Oxycure. And then as we get to the back of her head in the last section, we're moving on to the Schwarzkopf Igora Vario Blonde Plus. so here I am adding so here you guys can see, even though it's a partial foil, we did do quite a bit of foils. I wanted to pack them in as much as possible just because I didn't want any like dark, harsh spots kind of peeking through. So you guys can see right there just how blonde we got her, and I'm using that same JZ Styles curling iron that I love. So we are going to finish styling her out, and then I'll show you guys the after. Alright, so this is the finished look of that partial foil that we did. I love how this blended out her root really nicely and just kind of brightened her up a ton. So I did 10P and 10NA from Redken Shades EQ. That's one of my favorite formulas for doing something really nice and bright, but also not too ashy either. So you guys will see right here in the front section, you guys can see around her part how beautiful that is. There's still just a slight bit of dimension, but that is the finished look. All right, so I am done with the day. I literally have my energy drink that I'm about to drink. It is 7 o'clock Friday afternoon. Normally I'm not at work this late. I don't know why I scheduled myself to be at work this late, but it just kind of happened. But oh well, that's okay. I am done with the day, so I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I know there wasn't like an insane amount of clients. It was just 3 clients, but typically with me only being one stylist with no assistant, that's all I can get done. But that's okay. I like taking my time, and I like making sure that the finished product is perfect for my clients. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Oh my god, my skin is so oily. Ugh, I look like a hot mess after I get off work. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and thank you so much for tagging along, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.